5 months of training coming down to just 5 seconds. 99% of runners either don't train enough or skip it altogether in the winter. It's too dark, too cold, or too chaotic. Well, what if I told you that machine is the key to breaking 20 minutes without ever stepping outside? I'm Coach Greg. I've trained for 2 marathons, including Boston, entirely on a treadmill. And this is Running Shoe. And today, let's turn winter's most hated training tool into your fastest 5K weapon. The first thing, and this is what makes marathon training so much different than 5K training, is that for 5Ks, speed is your #1 friend. To run a sub 20 minute 5K means you have to run a 6:25 minute mile average over the course of 3.1 miles. And to get there, we need to focus on one key idea: the speed workouts. Now, this doesn't mean you have to sprint all out every single day. What it means is that you need very structured speed work, things that you can do on a treadmill. So when we're trying to unlock the sub 20 minute 5K training plan, we need to focus on anywhere between 2 to 3 speed workouts a week working that system. These are going to be made up of intervals, tempo runs, and the occasional time trial, with about 75% of all your speed workouts being interval workouts. And let me tell you, the treadmill is actually perfect for intervals. You can set a very high speed and know that you will consistently be hitting that the entire time. We can also measure progress very easily on a treadmill. Treadmills are perfect for cut down or speed ladder workouts, where cut downs are increasing your speed over time, and ladder, you start at a certain speed, increase that speed, and decrease that speed. But we aren't going to get there yet until we still establish our other basic principles. This one is not to measure by the MPH. Treadmills aren't always perfectly calibrated. So even though we can't rely on 6 miles per hour being a 10-minute mile, we know we can associate an effort level with that 6 miles per hour. So when we do our interval workouts, it's going to be measured by time and effort. Most of your intervals are going to be between 1 to 4 minutes in length. The recovery time in between each interval is going to be about the same as the effort time. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more, sometimes it'll be a little bit less. And always be focusing on how repeatable the workout is. For our tempos, we're just going to be focusing on just hitting the same speed, really just kind of setting and forgetting it. And if you are interested in tracking distance on the treadmill, only do it for time trials. But even then, usually just set the amount of minutes you're going to be running. I know for a lot of runners, the highest treadmill setting for speed is going to be enough. There's going to be somewhere that's not going to be the case. So what do you do when you can't get it high enough to really reach that maximum effort that you're looking for? Well, one way, especially for your workouts, that you can accomplish this is by increasing the elevation. Hill running is one of the most underrated and underappreciated parts of any part of training in general, whether it's a 5K or a marathon. Hills are so good at building up speed. So if your treadmill has a limit of 7 or 8 miles per hour and that's not fast enough for you, increase the grade on it. And that way you're still going to get a really high, good effort at a lower speed. They recruit more muscle, help improve your form, and actually make race pace on the flat ground feel so much easier. Some workouts that I would do is probably 30-second hill sprints, or even 1-minute hill sprints where you're going between probably 4 to 8% on the grade. You could even do some uphill tempo runs as well. But we're not just doing speed here. In running, you still have to get your long run. I would recommend anywhere between 1 to 2 Netflix episodes, which comes out to basically about 50 to 90 minutes. Doing that once per week is totally enough. In fact, watch that one Netflix show that you've been wanting to watch for a while. You know what I'm talking about. It might not be the most glamorous, but it helps build the system that's gonna propel you to that sub 20. So the treadmill is also a big exercise in the mental side of everything. One of the traps that I fall into a lot is how much time left I have on an interval. Instead, I need to a better mindset. What is the next small step that you can accomplish? Are you focused? Is your form looking good? Are you breathing properly? I've even told myself, you know what? This is actually easy. This isn't hard. This is easy. Can you make it for the next 30 seconds? Can you make it for the next 30 seconds after that? Can you make it for the next 30 seconds after that? Doing those kind of things really helps a lot mentally. One last note, treadmills force you to fuel and will punish you if you don't. Gyms, garages, exercise rooms, doesn't matter. they all become sweat boxes in the end, and you will lose a lot of water. So be sure you're drinking plenty of fluids before, during, and after your treadmill workout. And I know I've hinted at it before, but yes, I have ran a marathon exclusively on the treadmill. And if you want to see exactly how I did that, you can check out this video right up here.